These are the 5 worst Marvel movies that are not in the MCU. At number 5, X-Men Dark Phoenix. I don't know why Fox had such a hard time adapting the Dark Phoenix story arc, but they failed twice. First in X-Men The Last Stand, and then in this movie. It dropped in 2019 and somehow made one of the coolest stories in comic history feel lame and boring. After Logan and Deadpool 2, this was embarrassing for Fox. It basically killed the X-Men franchise as we knew it. At number 4, The New Mutants. This movie was supposed to take the X-Men franchise into a totally new direction after Logan capped off the original storyline with that nice little bow. But direction changed multiple times during production. By the time it came out in 2020, they couldn't even tell what it was. It was potentially, it potentially could have been good if it stuck to the original R-rated horror concept, but the one we got, it was weird. At number 3, Howard the Duck. Let's go back to 1986. It was a horrible action comedy that was actually co-produced by Lucasfilm. It was. I'll admit, there was some uniquely nostalgic stuff about Howard the Duck, the puppet used in the movie, but it wasn't a good movie. It was dumb, it was cheap, and it's way more fun to talk about than actually sit down and watch. At number 2, Elektra. Did you guys know Jennifer Garner's Elektra is actually coming back in Deadpool 3? That might make you want to go watch her movie from 2005, but you could skip it because it wasn't very good. It was all over the place in terms of story, and the action was so cheesy and cheap and painful, it was bad. At least the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie had some redeeming qualities. This one wasn't good. And number 1 has to be Fantastic Four 2015. It can be very interesting to go to a dark, gritty version of beloved characters, but the Fantastic Four was not a good choice. It was bleak, it was depressing. Even the color palette was depressing. You have to wonder how it got approved in the first place. And on top of that, the pacing's some of the worst I've seen. It's bad.